Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's episode of Poetry Live. Tonight, I'm going to be reading some good old-fashioned Shakespeare for you all. Very, very excited for that. Which means, of course, that we're doing Petrarch on Friday, which I'm also very, very excited for. With Shakespeare tonight. Also, for those of you who were worried about my food intake, I have eaten 4 fig crackers. That's doubled my food intake today, which is already impressive. 4 fig crackers and some coffee. Possibly not enough to get me through the night, but enough to get me through the next half hour of this show anyway. And then I will go and do that thing. Till bashing is tomorrow, Danny. Tomorrow we're doing till bashing, which will be good fun. Also good fun about till bashing is I haven't had time to write anything or edit any part of it for the past 7 days. So that's going to be fun. Making sure till bashing is all prepped and ready for tomorrow. I suspect, fingers crossed, I might be able to bunk off work early. And when I say bunk off work early, I mean the fact that I've already got many hours that I need to take back this week. So I should be able to get off work, get till bashing sorted, and come on here. It's a plan. We live in the moment, ladies and gents. We live in the moment. We'll make our way through it. We'll be all sorted. We'll get there. Yes, the things I do. I was hoping to do it on the train, but I didn't feel like it on the train. I was very hungry on the train. I don't write when I'm on the train. I just get grumpy and send abusive but well-written tweets to Virgin, who will now be receiving an email from... Well, they won't receive an email from me. I'd like to send them an email, but I don't have time to write them an email. So I'll just have to leave my tweets of anger at them, because they're the worst people in the world. Oh, fab, Danny. That's wonderful, wonderful news. What's your play about? What's it about? He says, trying to... I've got plays here today. We're not doing plays, we'll do sonnets. But always we would do sonnets. No, we have sonnets. I lost the sonnets, but the sonnets are back now. We're all good with the sonnets. Let's go for some of the later sonnets. Shakespeare's early sonnets aren't great. Let's start at around the 100 mark, I think. Shall we start with the 100 mark for Shakespeare's sonnets? Let's go in there. The edition that I'm using, I am reading from, this is the complete Oxford Shakespeare. This is complete Oxford Shakespeare. It was produced in 1987, so this is not actually true Shakespeare, is it? Technically, it's been translated. I've got the first folio facsimile downstairs, but I don't have facsimiles of his poems. So there will be no long F's in tonight's poetry. Just long faces if I'm rubbish. No, Husker! No, Roger! Roger, you're not late at all. You're just in time. I'm babbling onwards. Good Lord, This is what happens as well. This is the other thing. The past 2 days... 2 days? Yeah, Monday and Tuesday. The past 2 days have also just been junk food and chocolate bars. So I think I've also got this big sugar rush that I'm coming down from, a big caffeine high that I'm coming down from, and no sleep. So the good news is, though, if I keep going at some point, I'll make through all this and we'll be fine. Or I'll just sleep. Sleeping is good. This is Sonnet 100. And hello, all lovely people who are watching for the first time tonight. I'm not usually this crazy. Usually I'm much more coherent. You've caught me on a very sleepy day, guys. If you come back tomorrow, energy levels will be much, much higher. I'll make sure that I consume a bag of sugar or something before we start. This is Sonnet 100. Where art thou, Muse, that thou forget'st so long to speak of that which gives thee all thy might? Send'st thou thy fury on some worthless song, darkening thy power to lend base subjects light? Return, forgetful Muse, and straight redeem in gentle numbers time so idly spent. Sing to the ear that doth thy lays esteem, and gives thy pen both skill and argument. Rise, resty Muse, my love's sweet face survey. If time have any wrinkle graven there, if any be a satire to decay, and make time's spoils despised everywhere. Give my love fame faster than time wastes life, so thou prevent'st his scythe and crooked knife. That the Sonnet 100. And so, the conflict between love and time. In fact, that's what we had with Marvel last night, really, wasn't it, guys? With Marvel last night, we had that conflict between love and time, fighting it all out. There's Shakespeare doing it as well. Where should we go? Where should we go next? In Shakespeare's hundreds of poems, I think. Shall we go and do 112? Let's do 112, ladies and gents. Says popping through. This is the thing. I'm not one of those people who knows Shakespeare's sonnet numbers off by heart. So though Shakespeare was a wonderful, wonderful poet, his titling of poetry was awful, and he should have been shot. God bless him, wonderful poet, awful at titling his poems. God knows if he had these saved on a Google Drive, how he would have ever found any of these poets to edit them. There's just one small point. Hello, Sarah. Welcome. Come join us. This is Poet 112. Your love and pity doth the impression fill, which vulgar scandal stamped upon my brow. For what care I who calls me well or ill? So you, o'er green, my bad, my good, allow. You are my all the world, and I must strive to know my shames and praises for your tongue. None else to me, nor I to none alive, that my steel sense or change is right or wrong. In so profound abyss I throw all my care of others' voices, that to my adder's sense, to critic and to flatterer, stopped are. Mark how with my neglect I do dispense. You are so strongly in my purpose bred, that all the world besides, methinks, they're dead. There! You are so strongly in my purpose bred, that all the world besides me thinks they're dead. No one else, there is no one else apart from you. The rest of the world is but nothing. I feel that way towards coffee right now. Coffee. I should do a sonnet to coffee. A sonnet. I'm pretty sure I've read sonnet to coffee before. I think it's a popular thing for poets to fixate upon. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to go now to... Oh, this is a famous one. Jackson, you'll like this one. 2015 title. That's a possibility for a title there. Sarah, I believe that Shakespeare was actually Shakespeare. You missed poet. You missed 100, which is the opening line. Where art thou, muse, that thou forgetst so long? And you also missed, Jackson, poem 112. Your love and pity doth the impression fill. But you're just in time for 130. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Which is a wonderful, wonderful poem. But yes, I believe that Shakespeare wrote all Shakespeare's stuff. I think that folk who want to claim that Shakespeare was written by multiple people are just trying to have a wind-up. Why can't you just accept that there was a wonderful, wonderful poet and playwright out there? That said, I do believe that the Homer of the Iliad is not the same as the Homer of the Odyssey, because the Iliad and the Odyssey are written in such completely contrasting narrative styles and poetic styles that I don't think those Homer could be the same person. I think those Homers are different. Flip side of that, I know that a lot of poetry from ancient Greece has been lost and doesn't exist. If I had a time machine and I could go back and do anything, I would go to the Library of Alexandria and I would remove all the scrolls before it burnt down. So possibly, maybe if 50 years passed between the Iliad and the Odyssey, you might have seen a more gradual change in Homer's style. Certainly if you look at a writer like Haruki Murakami, then Murakami's early works are in no way comparable to his later works. So there is change there, we just don't get that subtle change. Anyway, Rabbit's telling me to shut up and get on with 130, so here you go. Ladies and gents, my mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. I do romance you. I romance you with theory of authorship. There's nothing sexier than who wrote ancient epic poetry. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then? Her breasts are dun. If hers be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes there is more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love as rare as any she belied with false compare. Oh, I like that poem. That's one of the best love poems ever written. No such roses see I in her cheeks, and in some perfume is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. Oh, do you, Sarah? That's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing to do. I'm glad you like that, Esther. I am a huge, huge, huge fan of that poem. Such a skill to complain about your lover's breath and in doing so still create a wonderful, gorgeous, beautiful poem. So there. My next one is Poet One poem. Absolutely very similar, Jackson. It's been a long time since I read. Maybe I should do some Duffy on the show. Actually, it's been a long time since I've read any Duffy. I should go back. Your favourite is one. I can read Roman numerals. It's 116. 116. Marissa, the important thing is your hair now. That's the biggie. Hair. This, Sarah's favourite is 116. So 116 I shall read next. This is let not to the marriage of true minds. Let not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when its alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's no time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Beautiful, fabulously beautiful. Thank you, Sarah, for recommending 116 and proof that my lessons in reading Roman numerals when I was 7 did not go to waste. This next one, though, is which one's I go? I think I am going to go for poem 153 for our next poem. Oh, wonderful, sir! Reading along, that's excellent. See, and that way you can make sure that I haven't fluffed any of the lines as well. This is 153. Cupid laid by his brand and fell asleep. Goodbye, Esther. It was great to have you back. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Cupid laid by his brand and fell asleep. A maid of Dian's this advantage found, and his love-kindling fire did quickly steep in a cold valley fountain of that ground, which borrowed from this holy fire of love a dateless, lively heat still to endure, and grew a seething bath, which yet men prove against strange maladies a sovereign cure. But at my mistress's eyes love's brand new fire, the boy for trial needs would touch my breast. I, sick with all the help of bath desired, and thither hied a sad distempered guest, but found no cure. The bath for my help lies where Cupid got new fire, my mistress's eyes. There! The bath for my help lies where Cupid got new fire, my mistress's eyes. Excellent, Black Rabbit. That's what we want. We want this hot, fiery love bringing you to the state of goo. Gooiness is good. Gooiness is fabulous. I'm going to do one last sonnet for you all tonight, ladies and gents. And then I shall run off downstairs to the kitchen and finally eat some food today. which will be a very exciting moment for me, eating something. This, though, is our last sonnet for the evening. Thank you so much for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate if I might have been a bit scatterbrained for tonight's show. Tomorrow I'll be back on fold. This is 142. Love is my sin, and thy dear virtue hate. Hate of my sin grounded on sinful loving. Oh, but with mine compare thou thine own state, and thou shalt find it merits not reproving, or if it do, not from those lips of thine that have profanest their scarlet ornaments, and sealed false bonds of love as oft as mine, robbed others' beds' revenues of their rents. Be it lawful I love thee as thou lovest thee, whom thine eyes woo as mine importune thee. Root pity in thy heart, that when it grows thy pity may deserve to pitied be. If thou dost seek to have what thou dost hide, by self-example mayst thou be denied. There, love is my sin, and thy dear virtue hate. Hate of my sin grounded on sinful loving. Oh, Shakespeare, you saucy devil. I do like it when Shakespeare gets all lusty with sinful love. Love is my sin. I think we can forgive him that well. I think that's a fine way indeed to summarise your life, Sean. I think we can let you get away with some sinful loving. Sinful loving never did any harm. Not really. That's it. Classy sinful, amorous sinful, sinful of the fiery eyes. And who can say no to stuff like that? I certainly can't. Thank you so much for coming tonight, ladies and gents. Tomorrow it's a break from poetry. Tomorrow we will be returning to till bashing. So I'm going to finish work early because I need to go and edit tomorrow's episode to make sure it's fabulous to share with you. I'm looking forward to sharing James's madcap plan for how he's going to escape the world of retail in Grimsby. All I can say is if you're going to shoot for the stars, you may as well shoot for them. And James's stars are some peculiar, sinful stars indeed that he's aiming for. I think you'll enjoy tomorrow night's show. We're taking a break from the last week's show was quite intense and quite angry. His intention is well. Here's the thing, Jackson. Actually, inadvertently, he becomes a poet of sorts. Actually, not a writer, but a poet through a different medium. Though his intentions are something far more base. But all will be revealed tomorrow. Where last week's episode was full of anger and frustration, tomorrow's episode, hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's a bit more tongue-in-cheek, with some black humour mixed in, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So hopefully, can we do some Wordsworth sometime, Sean? Ooh, I don't know. Yes, we can do some Wordsworth. Sean, I love to take requests. Tomorrow we will go, and not tomorrow, next week, next Monday, Sean, we'll go and do some Wordsworth. How about that? Next Monday we'll do Wordsworth. Always happy to. In fact, and I said we do some Duffy as well. So let's do Wordsworth on Monday and Carol Ann Duffy on Tuesday. That's a nice start for next week. Keep requests coming in though, guys. I love requests. Requests make me happy. And the Tolkien show, of course. There's a Tolkien show. There. Sorted. Monday Wordsworth. Tuesday, I'm going to write this down because I'm going to forget, actually. I'm going to be proper rubbish otherwise. Monday, Wordsworth. Tuesday, Duffy. Wednesday, we'll go and do some Tolkien. And on Friday, we'll do some Jim Morrison. Sorted. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Good. We've got a plan. We've got a plan in place. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for coming tonight. I'm going to run off now and run away and get something to eat and build my energy levels back up so that tomorrow you can have full fat Simon. But thank you so much. Massive thanks to you guys tonight. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Black Rabbit and Jenny. Maribant and Queen. Roger, Taz, Sarah, Jackson. Thank you, Kim. And thank you, Jackie. Popping in at the end there. Jackie, did you see my post on the website about my favourite epic poems? I hope so. It's there on SimonTellsTales.com. SimonTellsTales.com. I need a bigger, better sign. But that'll do for now. It's there is the important thing, Jackie. I'm going to run off and have something to eat now. But my favourite epic poems are there. Thank you so much for coming tonight, guys. Apologies if my energy levels weren't up to what they usually are. It's been a very, very long day with not much in the way of food or drink to sustain me. So I'm going to go off now, remedy that. I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll do some till bashing. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night, afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are. Bye-bye.